Hey, what up, Queen?
What it do? What it do? Good morning.
Top of the morning to you. All right, so where do we begin, man? 10-year-olds out here doing the perp walk now?
I mean, look. Okay, so boom. Look, the sheriff in Florida was like, "We're not having it." Okay. If your kids out here cutting up, if y'all don't want to parent how y'all supposed to be parenting in your house, they name come across my desk, they getting in handcuffs. So I guess this 10-year-old boy has sent out some text messages that included like pictures of weapons and money, and he made a little threat, talking about he was gonna shoot up the school. And it got back to the sheriffs, and the sheriff was like, "Absolutely not. We don't know what y'all doing down there in Texas, but over here in Florida, we don't play that." So
Right.
they went and picked the old boy up, did they thing.
Fair
So
is
what
fair.
happens? Yeah, like you said, fair is fair, but what happens in that case? Like, okay, yes, he gets a mugshot. Yes, he gets the perp walk, but like, does he do any time? Does he get a court date, or is it just over right then and there after that?
He has been arrested. Now the DA is going to look at the evidence and see if it's enough to indict, to file formal charges. He's a juvenile. He's 10 years old. So it's going to go to a juvenile adjudication. We probably won't hear much about it after this because typically, I don't know how they do it in Florida, but I know in California, for instance, most of the time a juvenile case is not public. Like
Right.
it's private. You know what I mean? It's sealed. So we probably won't hear much about it. But the sheriff was able to pull, a low publicity stunt real quick one time for the one time by showing the him doing a little perp walk and stuff. Because normally with a juvenile, they don't show their face, they don't say their name, nothing.
Yeah,
But
they
yeah, he
hide
put
their
him out there.
identity,
Yeah, I
right?
Hmm.
know this kid was posting pictures, but did they actually find any weapons when they like went to his crib or anything?
So the thing was a hoax. It was a joke. He was playing too
Ah,
much. But the sheriff was like, "I don't care." He was like, "It could
You don't
be
play
fake."
about that.
Yeah, he was like, "You getting real consequences." Like, period. We're not doing that because we don't know how real or fake this is, and we don't have time to be playing them games. So you play like that, y'all don't want to whoop y'all kids, y'all scared to punish y'all kids and correct them or whatever the case. I'm not scared of you or your kids. So guess what? He getting in trouble.
Right. There was also something else that I saw in the news, and there was a woman that was pregnant. Apparently, the police shot her or something like that. Do you know a little bit more to this story?
Yeah, okay, so boom. So I think this happened like in Kansas somewhere.
Mhm.
So apparently one police entity in Kansas somewhere, they have put out a little message, sent a message to their homies like somebody stole a car, armed robbery, this is the description, woo, 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 woo. So another police department found the folks in like Family Dollar parking lot or something like that. So the driver, he hop out the car, take off running. And then the passenger was like a pregnant lady. So she get out the car, and so this is where the story get a little funny, okay?
Okay.
Because one version of the story is like she got out the car, she had her hands up, she like, "I'm pregnant," because they were yelling at her like, "Get on the floor, get on the floor." And she
Hmm.
like, "I can't, I'm pregnant," with woo, you know what I'm saying? And allegedly she said like, "Oh, there's a weapon in the car, there's a gun in the car," and then at that point shots rang out.
right.
Another version of the story is that she got out the car and allegedly was not compliant, and she had a weapon in her hand, perhaps. Now, it's not clear if she pointed the weapon at nobody, if they just
Right.
seen the weapon, whatever the case may be. But allegedly, there was a weapon found in the parking lot at the scene of the crime. They end up shooting her 5 times. So one officer sounded like shot four, and another one shot once.
Wow. Why so excessive? Because
I
she didn't
mean,
fire anything, correct?
no, so it's not clear that she fired any weapon or even like that's where the story get a little funny style. But I did hear another part that like she had started running or tried to run or something like that. So this story, yeah, it's real funny. And
But
they got
even
go
running
ahead.
legally hype, it seems like, you're not a threat if you're running away, especially if you happen to be a woman who claims to be pregnant. Like it's still excessive use of force.
And that's kind of the primary issue, and that's why the people is like, we don't really like how this is cooking out because either way it sounded like there was no threat, right? There
Right.
was a witness there, she had like 3 4 kids with her or whatever. She was like, "I didn't feel threatened, like I just watched this whole thing go down. It didn't seem like the way y'all made that move was proper, But the one thing, I don't know if you ever read a police report, but they could be a little they can miss a lot of details sometimes.
Yeah, they can and be misleading.
Yeah.
What happened with the woman or her baby? Is there any word?
So she is okay. It's not clear the status of her unborn child. But apparently, she's going to be fine. And then the other suspect, he also was taken to the hospital, but I guess it was on something else. But he all right too. But he out of pocket for leaving her like that.
Yeah,
too.
he is a
Because you
pregnant
set the
woman.
tone.
Yeah,
Really,
but
low key.
if the baby, God forbid, if the baby something does happen tragically, what does that mean for the police officers?
Okay, so boom, it depends on how they get down out there in Kansas, right? Because if they feel like it was justified and, maybe like you brought it on yourself, it ain't really got nothing to do with us, was doing our job, then nothing could happen, right? But then, if they find like, okay, the situation was a little funny style and now you didn't cause this, there could be implications. You always have a civil claim. You know what I mean? Now, how that go, depending on your jurisdiction and, how your people get down, your city attorney and stuff like that move. But yeah, it could get real messy.
I'm sure they'll find some type of lie to spin. Well, last but not least, Johnny Depp almost became Johnny Debt, if he would have lost to Amber Heard. But my man came out on top, man. What do we know so far?
Okay, so boom. Johnny said, don't be lying on me, child. Okay. You tried me.
She trolled it.
She trolled it. And it didn't work. The jury was like, girl, we not buying none of that stuff. You done got up here and lied one too many times. So we don't even care if all of it was a lie or a little bit of it was a lie. It was enough lies for us to say, we ain't having it. So he got, so I don't know exactly how much he got. Some people are saying it was 15 million. Some people were saying it was 21 million. But irregardless, he's finna get his shmoney. I don't appreciate her messing up Pirates of the Caribbean for us like that. So hopefully him and Disney can get back right. But yeah, he won. The jury was like, no, she lied on him. And because she lied on him, that messed up his bag. And so we're going to give him his bag back. You got to pay him.
That's a portion of his bag. And I'm a little confused because she ended up winning a couple dollars too. So she won $2 million. Mm-hmm. So how does that work when you owe somebody 15 and they owe you 2? Do you just deduct it or what?
Okay, so boom. So this is 2 different cases essentially, right? And they were just tried as one. So Johnny had his own lawsuit against Amber Heard. Amber Heard her lying self, right? And then she countersued him basically and was like, you lied on me, costing me a bag, right? And so she prevailed on one of her claims, basically, where they was like, okay, Johnny, you probably did, that stuff you said wasn't all the way right. And she lost some money. So she got compensatory damages, which is basically like he got to pay $2 million because that's some money that she lost somewhere along the lines. And I think wherever they were in Virginia or something like that, they have a minimum like statutory limits or whatever. So they had to figure that out. So he's going to have to pay her that $2 million. But then she got to come out her pocket that 15 to 21 million, whatever she owe him, because she got compensatory and punitive damages, which means you got to pay him for some money he lost. And you finna pay him because you didn't waste his time and got us out on TV looking crazy for the last 18 weeks.
Now, real quick, let me ask. So because, Johnny Depp clearly has $2 million, and he has to pay that to her, she'll easily get her money. Now, on the flip side, I don't think Amber Heard has $13 or $15 million.
Or 15 cents, probably.
So is this the white version of 50 Cent and Tiana Taylor? Like,
Tierra Marie.
The white version of 50 Cent.
Yeah, don't do Tiana like that.
Tiana got the money.
And I don't want to smoke with Tiana either.
Neither do I. But is it one of them situations where Amber Heard just going to have to owe that?
Okay, so boom. Yup. Like, basically.
That's not fair.
Yes, it is. So,
yes,
girl, no. You was out here playing games.
No, I say it's not fair that Johnny gonna have to run the $2 million because he got it. So does she have to boomerang that $2 million back as part of the retribution that she owes to Johnny?
Well, see, this is the thing though. He could still appeal that decision, right? Okay. And be like, you know what? I don't think they got that right, or it was an issue that was missed, right? Something didn't go right during this little trial, and so I don't think I should owe her that money. He still has that option. Right. Either way, he still owed her, like, I think he owed her a little bit of change, right, from the little divorce or something like that. So he probably ain't even tripping off that. He like, give me my life back. Yeah. But the thing about this though is like, once the judgment is filed and she owe that money, any piece of change she get,
That's it.
He finna get a cut. It's like a child support cut, the child support check. You know, when you don't want to pay your child support yourself, and then the court is like, okay, so cool, we gonna get it from your employer ourselves. How about that? Before you get your cut, your baby mama finna get your cut, right?
Wow.
Her cut.
Right.
So it's the same thing. The moment she get a check, get $1, if she got any assets or whatever, he could go after that. If he want her bedroom set, he could go after that. However he get his 15 million, he gonna get his money.
They messed up. They messed up because they were supposed to let her finish that movie that she was in so he could get his coin.
Well, yeah, from what I understand, her parts in Aquaman 2 are done, but people are like campaigning to get her removed from the movie. I doubt that'll happen because it's already in the can.
Nah, he need to be like, leave her in. Leave her in.
Right. No, for real. I let her get her last little, 30 seconds of fame so I can get my check.
Well,
I do have a little bonus round for you. I know I always give you one.
I know you get me, girl. It's okay. I like it.
So with the Texas, all the children that were shot to death by the man in Texas, the chief of police is getting a little bit of backlash because they were saying that they should have took some actions sooner. They said that they left him in the school an hour long, and I guess laws and stuff changed ever since the Caliban shooting, that in 99, that they're supposed to interfere right away. So he didn't do that. Will he face some kind of consequences for that, or do you think even possibly get fired?
Okay, so boom, they are investigating that right now because the timeline ain't adding up, the instructions ain't adding up, but his homeboys already came on the TV and said, yeah, that move was out of pocket. We shouldn't have moved like that. So, hindsight is 2020. It's out of pocket. Yeah. And it's real. I'm telling you something right now. So this is the issue I got with this case because the math ain't mathing, right? Mm-hmm. Like how you work at Wendy's, can't graduate high school, and then you can afford 2 AR-15s and a bunch of ammo. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
bullets are hard to even get right now, let alone.
Exactly.
And it's super expensive. So that don't add up at all.
It don't add up at all, right? And then the door was open. You didn't crash the car. Like you should have been out of commission once you crashed the car. Right. Mm-hmm. So that's the whole thing. But the with him not moving in the right amount of time and stuff like that, he might face some issues. And the thing, again, you're always civil liability, right? And I know people be like, oh, my kids died, like the money, but it's like it's holding them accountable for their actions, right? It's really not about the money. Nobody wants to go to court. Nobody wants to deal with that. That's a lot, period. Yeah. It's about holding them accountable so that they pay attention to how they move in the next time. Y'all dropped the ball on this where 21 people are deceased because y'all was too scared to run up and do what you need to do.
Not just people, kids.
Children, right? Children, little babies. And this the other part about it, because everybody want to be like, oh, it's the Call of Duty and this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. So this is what we need to do. Go ahead and get everybody on the police force Call of Duty, because the folks that's out here playing this game, they ain't scared to run up and do nothing nowhere else.
It's a great simulator.
Right?
It's a great simulator.
Like, because at this point, whatever police training that y'all going through got y'all soft, stupid, and scared. And so let's just get y'all all Call of Duty. We could save a couple dollars for people trying to defund y'all anyway. And let's just get y'all on point so y'all could be just as bold as these kids who can't half read, write, or write cursive, right? Out here buying guns.
Get Call of Duty and listen to rap music. And then the police,
I will have a whole different department, I'm telling you.
Well, there it is. You broke it down as usual. Legally Hype, appreciate you. And if people want to follow you, man, what's the best route?
You can go ahead and follow me on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I am Legally Hype.
All right, man. One time for Legally Hype. Thank you as always.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are the Morning Hustle.